Hey, what's up, you guys? It's been a while. It's been a little too long. When was the last episode? Low key? I don't know. Let me check. Let me open up Spotify. Search up. Do I have to search it? No, I don't, because it's right here. Loose Thoughts Podcast. What was the last episode? America is Hell. JK. September 2nd. Oh my god. Why did I think it was later? It's been more than a month? I am so sorry. Do you guys have abandonment issues? I hope you don't. I didn't abandon you, but I know some people, if you're gone for like a day, they're like, oh my gosh, what did I do wrong? And they have some issues. But I have an explanation for why I was gone for so long. But first, I want to say this is a mukbang episode. Not really, but I have my dinner next to me, and honestly, you probably won't even be able to hear the sounds of me eating because that gets edited out. My mic doesn't pick that up, or at least the software that I use to edit, like the post-production, is that the word? That software kind of cuts that stuff out. I just took a drink. But no, yeah, so if you hear me eating, that's because this is the mukbang episode, and I'm eating my dinner because I wanted to film an episode, but I'm also hungry, and I didn't want to wait to eat dinner because I'm starving. Your boy's starving. So I have some pasta. I don't know what to call it. Is it mostaccioli? If I say mostaccioli, do you guys know what that is? I don't even know if what I made is considered mostaccioli. Should I Google it? I don't really feel like it. I'm sorry if you hate the sound of people talking with the full mouth, but I gave you the opportunity. I said this was a mukbang episode. If you don't like mukbangs, just leave. Click off the podcast. I've already been gone for a month. It doesn't matter to me anymore. No, I'm joking. But I'm going to need time to, breathe and swallow. I guess with mukbang videos, they do edit all that out, don't they? Thinking about it. Should this really be a mukbang episode? Should I just eat my dinner and then film? Whatever. We're already 3 minutes in. I don't really care. So, where have I been? What have I been up to? Most people already know. Because, it's not like I'm off the grid. I'm sure most of my listeners are my friends. Shout out to you guys. I love you guys. But if you're just a random Loose Thoughts podcast enjoyer, first, I want to say thank you. I love you. Thank you for coming back for every crazy episode, because I know I probably come off insane to anyone that listens to the podcast and doesn't know me personally. So if you're one of those people, I just know I love you and I appreciate you, and you have a very special place in my heart. Aww. But yeah, so like I mentioned in the last two episodes basically, I wanted to make the next episode about Genshin, and I was going to read my fan fiction and just talk about Genshin, talk about my history with Genshin Impact and Hoyoverse. But I didn't really want to do that anymore. And so I found myself procrastinating recording that episode because I didn't want to talk about Genshin. I was like, man, fuck Genshin. I still have beef with it. I don't want to give it the time of day. And so I didn't want to sit down and do that episode. And so when I confronted that thought, I was like, you know what? No one is holding me at gunpoint. I don't have to talk about Genshin. So I'm not going to talk about Genshin. And you know what's something I love to talk about? Pokemon. And so instead of Genshin, I wanted to talk about Pokemon. And because the new games are coming out next week, and I do still want to get this episode that I'm about to talk about, I do still want to get that out before Legends ZA comes out, because it's kind of, well, I guess I can do it after. It doesn't really matter. I can upload the episode whenever I want. Who cares? But it was going to be about Mega Evolution. If you don't know what Mega Evolution is, I'm not going to explain it now, because I'll explain it whenever that episode comes out. But I wanted to go through every Pokemon that had a Mega Evolution and basically just give my unwarranted 2 cents, because this is my podcast and I can talk about my opinions if I want to. And so I was writing down and kind of like scripting that episode, kind of like how I scripted the top 10 Pokemon episodes. So I wanted to like write down my thoughts on each Mega Evolution. And so when I sat down to start doing that, I realized there are over 50 Mega Evolutions. And I was like, there's 50? In my head, I thought there was only like maybe like 20. I don't know why, but I didn't think there was that many. And so it's just taken a long time. Is that the right grammar? It's taken a long time? I think so. I don't know. Don't ask me about grammar. I'm an English teacher and I don't even know what grammar is. Anyways, it's taken longer than I expected to like write down what I think about every Mega Evolution. Like, I think as of recording this episode, I've only gotten through like 10 of them, if even 10. And so I had the thought, and I was like, should I just go through with this being the next episode and like have it take however long it's going to take? Or another part of me was like, it's already been a month, over a month at this point. I thought it hadn't been a month yet. I thought the last episode came out on like September 9th. I was wrong. I don't know why I thought that. It's been over a month. And so I was like, should I just record like a quick little episode just to tie the fans over? Because there's a demand for the Loose Thoughts podcast. Am I right? You guys want a new podcast episode. And so I have to give you guys what you want. That's what content creators do. Technically, I'm a content creator now. Can you believe that? Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. I'm joking. But so yeah, that is the decision I made. And so I was like, let me just sit down, record a quick little episode, let you guys know what's up, close the hiatus? That's not right. End the hiatus? It's been a month. Technically, it's been like 2 hiatuses back to back. It was a hiatus when I was in America, and now it's just been this random hiatus because I'm lazy. Oh, I foresaw this in the cards. That's why I never made a podcast schedule, because this was inevitable. 12 episodes in. What is this, the 13th episode? I don't even know. Lucky number 13. I actually think 13 is unlucky. But that's why this episode took so long. Because this is the 13th episode, and 13 is an unlucky number. Teehee. Anyways, but the thing about this episode is that I don't really have a plan. Like, my thought was that I'm just going to sit down and I'm just going to talk. And so I'm really sorry if this is going to be a really chaotic episode, because I don't even have like, usually for the past episodes where I've just sat here and talked, I've had like something in my notes app with like different topics of what I want to talk about. I don't have that today. So I'm really just going to be freeballing. Ew, wait, no, that's not the word I wanted to use. What did I want to say? Free throwing, freestyling, spitballing. What's the saying? I don't know. But yeah, I'm really letting the thoughts loose this episode. If you couldn't already tell, I feel like I'm stuttering more than usual. Am I nervous? It's been a while. I think I said that in the last episode. Bro, what the hell is wrong with me? I need, like, I don't know. And now these people are messaging on Discord. Hold on, chat. What if I start calling you guys chat? Let me mute this Discord. Because there's been someone, I guess this can be the first thing I want to talk about. There's been someone, I think they just joined. Oh my god, I just doxed myself. Fuck. Anyways, this is a Discord for all the people that live in my prefecture. Wait, should I edit that out? I think I'm gonna edit that out. I mean, those that know me, they know what prefecture I live in. But if you're a random listener, you don't know. So if you're confused by what I'm talking about right now, just know I probably edited that out. I censored myself. Anyways, this is a Discord for all the people on the JET program that live in my prefecture. And I think he just joined. I don't know where this guy came from. But all of a sudden, for like these last 2 weeks, it's just this guy, and he's like constantly messaging in the group chat. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't really read it because I don't interact with half of those people. Something just flew on my mic. What the hell? Loki, never mind. And so he's like constantly always messaging in the group chat. And I'm like, literally every hour of the day, he's constantly messaging. And I'm like, does this guy not work? What is he doing? Why is he always saying something in the group chat? And it's kind of annoying. But it's only annoying because I don't mute Discord notifications, which most people do, especially if they're in like a big server. Most people have that shit muted. Like they don't get notifications. But I don't know. I'm crazy. And I get notified. I get notified. Did I say notificated? Guys, I think my brain is shutting down. Whatever. I get notified for Discord because I'm crazy. So it's annoying. And you're probably like, Zion, just mute Discord. Yeah, but then sometimes there's like drama or like tea. Or like I like to see the stupid things I say so then I can screenshot it and talk about it. Does that make me evil? This can kind of go into like another thought that I had today, literally while I was in the shower. And I was like, what should I say first? I feel like I'm a good person. I think I'm a good person. You guys, let me know if I'm a good person. But I like to think that I'm a good person. I like to think I'm nice and I'm friendly. And like other people have told me before, they're like, oh, you're a really friendly person. Like, I've had people in the past, they're like, oh, like you have a really like welcoming energy around you. And I'm like, oh, like, thanks. Like, I don't know why. Why do people think that? But people do. And they say those things. And I know people tend to say your thoughts don't make you. Like they're just thoughts. Like they're not who I am. But I feel like I have some like crazy thoughts. Like I feel like I'm always talking shit in my head. And then I had the thought, I was like, what if I get like negative karma from like my thoughts? Like, does that make sense? Crickets. That was just a thought I had. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm crazy? Be honest with me. I sound like a crazy person talking to like their partner or whatever. Be honest with me. Do you love me? Please. But like, deadass though. Am I crazy? Like, I don't know. Do you ever just like have those thoughts? Because like I wouldn't say I necessarily have bad luck. What should I say? I'm gonna kind of expose myself a little bit, but this is where my thought process goes. Bro, I really hope I'm making sense in this episode. I feel like this is going to be the most nonsensical episode of the Loose Thoughts podcast. But this will be literally raw, loose thoughts. Like, this is why most of my episodes need to have a guideline, or else they will literally end up like this. And if you're listening to this and you're like, wow, this guy's literally insane. Like, what is he talking about? I'm picking up every other word. Like, I can't understand anything. He's bouncing off the walls. Then I'm sorry, but this is what you signed up for. Anyways, I'm going to expose myself. In my friend group, up until like maybe like a few months ago, I was the token single friend in my friend group. Literally, my whole main circle, my whole main, I don't know what to call them, my whole main friend group, I guess. Like my ride or dies, my besties, everyone in the clinic. That's what we call our Discord server. It's the clinic because I'm a psych major. I have a PhD. Yes. And so we call it the clinic. But like everyone in that clinic group was in a relationship, and I was literally the token single friend. And I was like, man, what the fuck? And so going off of that, I would say maybe I haven't had the best luck, like relationship wise. I don't know. There are probably many factors that go into that, but we're not going to talk about that. And so going to what I was just talking about, like my shower thought, I was like, what if I don't have luck? Like, what if I wouldn't say I'm struggling. I don't know. Saying I'm struggling in like the romance department sounds crazy. Like that sounds really depressing. So I'm not going to say that. So my thought is maybe I don't have the best luck in the dating scene is because I'm always talking shit in my head. And so I think about that a lot sometimes, and I'm like, maybe I should be a better person. But then it goes back to like, your thoughts don't define you. And like, those are just my thoughts. You know, like I'm not saying that stuff. Most of that stuff, I'm not saying it out loud to like other people. Or like if I'm talking shit about someone, I'm not saying it to their face because I'm not a bad person. But like, are me having those thoughts in the first place, does that make me a bad person?
Clap if you care. All right.
Are you guys like that too? Are you guys just like, are you guys just constantly talking shit in your head? I'm not constantly talking shit. Unless it's like about a specific person that I like really don't like. And like whenever they pop into my head, I'm like, man, this person sucks. I hate this person. They're dumb as fuck. They can't do anything right. But like, even so, I don't even think I talk a lot of shit. Like, it's literally just probably about those one or two people that I like really can't fucking stand. But on like a normal basis, like normal people that I come into contact with, like I don't talk shit about people at all. Like literally, like if I had a record of like the amount of times I've talked shit, it's probably like literally the same one person, the same two people. And if you're listening to this, you probably, if you fuck with me, no, I'm joking. But if you know me, you probably know who those two people are. And so that doesn't make me a bad person because everyone hates those two people. It's not just me. Oh my God, that sounds crazy. But yeah, I have thoughts like that. And it's like, oh, am I good? Am I a good person? Am I a bad person? I like to think I'm a good person. I try my best. I try to be helpful. I try to be not petty. Like, even towards the people that I don't like, I really try my hardest to be a civil person. Like, if I have to be in the same room with them, I'm not gonna like give them attitude and like roll my eyes at them and like ignore them. Maybe I might ignore them. No, because if they like come to talk to me, I'm not just gonna sit there and ignore them. I'll talk to them, but I won't like I'm not gonna talk to them like they're my best friend. Obviously, I don't like them, and that's being fake. I think there's a big difference between being polite to someone you don't like and being straight up fake. Is polite the right word? Whenever I think of like that situation, I think of like, I want to use the word cordial. What does cordial mean? Hey Siri, define cordial. Cordial, warm and friendly. Oh, maybe cordial is not the right word. I don't know. And I'm not going to be rude, basically, is what I want to say. So, like, for example, the other day, at my junior high school, there are 2 ALTs. I go there Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and the other ALT comes there on Tuesdays. So we're usually not there on the same day. But last week, there was, an observation. So basically, people from, like, the Board of Education and, like, those types of important people, they come and they observe classes. And so one of the grades, I might have mentioned this like way back when in my Japan episode, but the first years at my junior high school, they split the classes up in 2. Like, they split them in half. And so one half, basically, me and the other ALT had to come to school on the same day for this observation day, so that way both halves could have an ALT for their observation. And so this other ALT, I don't fuck with them. I don't fuck with them at all. That's all I'm going to say. Because I don't want to get got. Anyway, they're not my favorite person. That's what I'll say. They're not my favorite person. And so, when they would like try to talk to me, I wouldn't just like straight up ignore them. I would like talk to them and like listen to what they had to say. But when they were done, I'd be like, okay, and like go back to what I was doing. Because I don't know, like, I'm not going to ignore them. I'm not going to be like, okay, whatever. Even though low-key, that's what I'm thinking. Because I'm like, why are you talking to me? That's so mean. But yeah, so I'm not going to be like warm and friendly, but I'll be cordial. Which, that doesn't make sense, because I just asked Siri, and Siri said cordial means warm and friendly. So what do I want to say? I'll be polite. I really wish I could think of the word. I can't. The best word that comes to my mind is civil. But civil sounds like there's a war going on. And like you're just being... I'm neutral. Whenever I think of my alignment, I think I'm chaotic neutral, honestly. I feel like I took that quiz one time though, and I was true neutral. But that could have been years ago. I've been tainted by the Japanese waters, and I feel like I'm very chaotic neutral. Probably because I feel chaotic. Short intermission. Let us Google chaotic neutral. Chaotic neutral. I did not type chaotic. I don't know what I typed, but that did not say chaotic. Chaotic neutral. Meaning D&D. Is this a D&D thing? Chaotic neutral describes an alignment in role-playing games for characters who are individualistic, prioritize their own freedom and whims, and act on impulse rather than a code of good or evil. Does this count in the real world? Like, I guess there is good and evil in the real world, but not in like a video game setting. An individualist who follows their own heart and generally shirks rules and traditions. Am I chaotic neutral? Chaotic neutral. A chaotic neutral character. I can't read that. The picture's too grainy. I found it. A chaotic neutral character follows their whims. They are an individualist first and last. They value their own liberty but don't strive to protect others' freedoms. They avoid authority, resent restrictions, and challenge traditions. A chaotic neutral character does not intentionally disrupt organizations as part of a campaign of anarchy. Ferris Bueller. Do you guys know who Ferris Bueller is? I've heard the name. And someone who's chaotic evil is the Joker. Someone like Shrek is true neutral. Good to know. Am I Shrek? Is Shrek true neutral? I guess Shrek just wants to preserve his peace. Yeah. What the hell? Who is this? Someone just followed me on Twitter. I don't know who this is, and I'm kind of scared. Guys. Anyways, what else should I talk about today? I feel like that was a very abrupt ending to that last topic. Oh, thank you to everyone who made it this far into this episode, because I'm feeling cheeky. Throwback to like the second episode of the podcast. I think that episode is literally titled I'm Feeling Cheeky. And I had something similar, but that episode, like I said before, it had an outline. This one, I'm going off vibes. Should that be the name of this episode? I'm going off vibes. I'm running off pure adrenaline. Not adrenaline. It's 6:47 p.m. It's not almost bedtime, but it's almost bedtime, if you know what I mean. Speaking of bedtime, no, I have nothing relating to bedtime. One thing I did want to talk about that happened today was I was at my elementary school, and I feel like one of the teachers there is like really strict, and I haven't really had this problem, and I feel like it's very opposite to how my current junior high school teachers are, because I feel like they're not strict enough. Like those junior high classes, sometimes I want to like rip my hair out in those classes because the kids are so wild and they're just like talking while the teacher's talking. In America, that is like such a huge no-no. Like if a teacher is like up there lecture, especially in like junior high and elementary school, but if like a teacher is like literally up there talking, teaching, lecturing, whatever, you are not supposed to be talking while they're talking. And then in some of my junior high classes, the children are having like full-blown conversation while the teacher is sitting there trying to teach. And I'm like, in these situations, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do, which I guess I could talk with my coworkers and be like, hey, like these classes are like a little crazy. Like, is there anything you want me to do to like try to discipline? Because I feel like in some situations, there are probably Japanese teachers who like don't want the ALTs disciplining the kids like at all. I haven't experienced. Also, I don't try to discipline the kids, so like I've never run into a situation like that, but I can only imagine that that scenario exists somewhere in the world. And then it's also like I don't necessarily feel comfortable disciplining them because like I can't speak fluent English, and also that's just not the type of person I am. Like there are like some situations where like the kids would be like, Zion, get mad, and I'm like what the fuck, and I like walk away. And even so, I remember at one of my older elementary schools, the students, they were like, oh, I can't picture you being angry, you have like a nice face. And I was like, thank you? I don't know. But yeah, so in the junior high, they're like just like these students, and they're just like crazy. They're always like shouting in class, talking when the teacher's talking, and like they're like never doing their work. And I'm just like, oh, like when it's like one of those days, I like hate those days so much because it's crazy. And then at the beginning of the school year, there were some like really like tough days, and I was like, ah. And one teacher, bless his soul, he's like way too nice, I feel, and he was like not yelling at the kids at all. He doesn't yell at them at all. And like being in that class was like so unbearable because you just had like so many kids were just like not working, like they had their heads down, literally like sleeping in class, like just goofing around, like hitting each other, slapping each other with towels in the back of the class. And I'm like, ah! And then I'm like, oh, if the teacher isn't gonna say anything, what right do I have to say something? And then plus like I'm not comfortable because like now with some of the junior high kids, I've gotten like closer with them. So like some of them, if they're like sleeping in class or like if they're not working, I'll like go over to their desk, I'll like shake them, and I'll like, sorry, I had a stroke. I'll like shake them and I'll be like, wake up, and I'll be like, no sleeping in class. Like I'll literally be like, neruna, which is like, I don't think it's an aggressive way. If it's aggressive, Japanese speakers, let me know. But I'll be like, I'll be like, you can't sleep. Don't sleep, wake up. Or I'll like pull their textbook out and I'll like open it to whatever page we're supposed to be on. So I've gotten, I don't know, is that disciplining? I'm not like yelling at them. I'm just like, hey, like wake up, like we're working right now. Or like if they're talking while they're supposed to be writing something, I'll be like, hey, like let's stop talking, let's start writing, stuff like that. But like some of them, it's just so bad. Or like the students that I'm not as close with, I don't feel too comfortable doing that, because like the ones that I'm like close with, like we'll be talking like outside of like class time, and so we'll like joke around and stuff, and so I feel a little bit more comfortable like being able to do that. But then the other kids, I'm like, I don't know, like what if they think I'm being mean or something? Or like I'm like, oh, like they clearly don't care. But then another part of me is like, oh, like I have to interact with them more to make them more interested in English. And I feel like that's the whole point of an ALT. It's like to get the students to engage with foreigners, and that will encourage them to study harder. Because it's like, oh, say if a student is like, oh, Zion Sensei is like really cool, he's really nice, like I want to talk to him more, but he doesn't speak Japanese. And so in order to talk with him more, I have to get better at English, like that type of thing. And so them wanting to get better at English will make them focus more during class and like study more and blah, blah, blah. Obviously, that's not the case for every student. Obviously, but then for like those students that are like the ones to like sleep in class, I try to like interact with them a little bit more, and it kind of makes my heart feel like a little happy if like one student who like usually doesn't do shit in class one day, and then I like talk to them more, and then like later down the line you can see them becoming more studious. Is that the right word? I'm like, oh, like I don't know, maybe I was part of the change, maybe I wasn't, I don't know, but it's good to see students become more studious. Obviously, I'm a teacher. Anyways, that was really off track. This teacher in my elementary school, she's like, I don't know how to describe it other than saying I feel like she's a little too strict sometimes. Obviously, like I was just explaining, it's good to be strict with these students, especially during like English time, because a lot of the times they're like, oh, we're in Japan, why do we have to learn English? Which that topic is debatable. I'm not going to debate it. Obviously, I'm an English teacher. But yeah, so a lot of the students have that mentality, blah, blah, blah. Usually she teaches the 6th graders. So these 6th graders, most of them aren't really like that. A lot of them are actually really good, and like a lot of them, they try their best during class, and so that's good. I'm glad to see that. But like today, for example, a lot of the times our class on Tuesdays is 4th period, and they have science before, and a few times before they've run like science is like run late. I don't know what they're doing in science class, but that has caused us to start our English classes a little bit later. And I'm trying to think what happened during that time. I think she like talked to the class. She was like, why are you guys running late? and it was like kind of like a thing, and it's like it's those moments when like the teacher's like yelling at the whole class, and like they're just like at the front of the class like talking, and then the class is just like dead silent, and then that's awkward for me because I'm just standing there like not really understanding what's going on because it's all in Japanese, and I'm just like, this is awkward. But that happened before. And then, but the last time, I literally think it was last week, their science class had run late again, and so we started class late. But like that was fine. She was like really chill about that, and she was like, "Oh, like if you didn't get to go to the bathroom like during the 10 minutes between classes, then no, you can go to the bathroom," and like it wasn't a big deal. And I was like, whatever. But today, maybe she was in a bad mood today. She has been sick these past 2 weeks, so maybe she just like wasn't having it. But a few of the students were late, and I think so in Japan, if a student is like late, like after the bell rings and they come in late, they're supposed to be like when they walk in the door, they're supposed to say something like, "Sorry, I'm late." Something along those lines. I can't remember what the exact Japanese is, but in my brain, like that's what they're saying. They're like, "Oh, I apologize for being late." And I guess today, when they were late, and mind you, the bell had just rang, like probably like 30 seconds after the bell rang, and they're like filing in, and I don't think any of them like said anything about being late, and she like blew a gasket. She was like, "I can't hear you guys. Why aren't you saying whatever you're supposed to say when you're coming in late? Blah, 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 blah." And I'm just standing there and I'm like, is this necessary? Because I don't know. I don't want to feel like it's wasting my time. But like at the same time, like it kind of is. And like it's not benefiting anyone because we started class like 20 minutes late because she was like lecturing them about this kind of stuff. She was like, "Why are you late? What were you doing in science class that made you late? Blah, blah, blah. When you come in late, you're supposed to say this." And I'm like, on one hand, this could just be like Japanese culture and I'm just being like a stupid, ignorant foreigner. And like on one hand, I can understand that. And I'm like, oh, this is probably just Japanese culture. Like, I probably don't get it. That's probably why it's not that big of a deal to me. But then on the other hand, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it was a little too much. And like now we missed out on so much class time because of this conversation that I felt could have been had literally another time. Like, on your own class time, not my time. I don't know. Maybe I sound like an asshole for saying that, but I was just like, is it that serious? If it's not serious, I apologize for my thoughts, but I don't know. I don't think it was that serious, especially because the bell had just rang. Like, I could see if they came like 5-10 minutes late, but the bell had literally just rang and like they were still filing in, and I was like, come on now, like we don't need to do this right now. But yeah, that happened today. I'm running out of things to say. I'm gonna start eating my food because, like I said, I'm really hungry. So sorry about it. I'll play like the Jeopardy theme song while I eat. My food's cold now. Thanks, guys. Anyways, we are now 40 minutes, not 30 seconds in. But I think that's all I have for today's episode. The loose thoughts can only be so loose. I can only ramble for so long. So I think that's where we're going to end it. Pokemon Legends ZA comes out next week. So, next week, for sure. I don't know when. I'm not going to promise anything. But I will have that Mega Evolution episode by the release of Legends EA. Okay? I was just about to say I promise, but I literally just said I'm not going to promise anything. because let me see how much I got through. Open my Google Docs. Let's talk about Mega Evolution. Oh yeah, I actually got through 11 out of 51 Mega Evolutions. Oh my gosh. I was thinking I could also just like split it up, like do 2 parts. Like one episode is like the first half of Mega Evolutions. Another episode is like the second half. But at the same time, I might as well just do it all at once, because who wants to do that? Not me. Anyways, that's all for today's episode. Thanks so much if you literally made it to the end of the episode, you're such a real one, and the Loose Thoughts podcast appreciates you. Oh, what I wanted to say is I'm thinking about streaming on Twitch again. Yeah, I used to have a streamer arc, but I might do that. So, if you enjoy the podcast, feel free to check out my stream. If I do start doing that, I'll plug the stream in a future podcast episode. They'll kind of be like separate entities. Like, I'm not gonna stream on a Twitch account called Loose Thoughts. That'd be kind of weird. Plus, I already have a Twitch account that I used to stream on, so I'm just gonna use that one again. I think it's like, I don't know what the username is actually. When I get that figured out, I will disclose that information. But if I do start streaming, I hope to see you guys there. And thank you so much for listening to my podcast. I appreciate you. The Loose Thoughts team appreciates you. The team is me, myself, and I, by the way. Me and the Loose Thoughts in my head. The voices in my head. But yeah, and I will see you guys next time. Love you. Bye-bye.